Back at E3 2017, Ubisoft released the cinematic trailer for Beyond Good and Evil 2. This trailer was an introduction to the franchise for myself, and I was immediately hooked to the characters, the story, and the world design this game seems to take place in. It was safe to say I was hyped to get my hands on this game. However, it has been over 6 years since the trailer was released, and all I'm left thinking about is what has happened to Beyond Good and Evil 2. Unfortunately, saying this game is in development hell is a serious understatement. Duke Nukem Forever is generally considered the poster child for development hell, but in fact, Beyond Good and Evil 2 has reportedly been in pre-production since 2007, over 16 years ago. The first person of interest in the current situation is Michel Ancel, a former French developer who created the original Beyond Good and Evil game, and was also the lead designer for Rayman back in 1995, as well as being the lead director across the Rayman franchise. It was all the way back in 2008 when he revealed work had been made on the game before Ubisoft had agreed to make it. The reluctance here from Ubisoft is whilst the original game was well received and gained a cult following, it didn't exactly set the world alight in the sales department. Despite this, Ubisoft released this announcement trailer in the same year, which showed original characters from the game. After that, the development hell very much started. Ansel was pulled into the development of Rayman Legends and other Rayman games throughout the 2000s and 2010s. At E3 2016, Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot did confirm that Ansel was working on the sequel. However, due to him working on games such as the yet-to-be-released Wild, as well as focusing on his own studio, he couldn't confirm when Beyond Good and Evil 2 could be released. After the release of the 2017 trailer, Ansel said in an interview that the leaked and confirmed trailers from the late 2000s were from the initial work, but the direction of the game had changed. Originally, the game was developed to be a sequel, but instead, it had shifted into being a prequel. He also added that the original ideas and development from the game were too ambitious. However, the studio now has the technology needed to develop the game they wanted to develop. Since 2017, not much has been heard about its development. However, in 2020, Ansel departed from both Ubisoft and the gaming industry to focus full-time on a wildlife sanctuary. He confirmed that Wild and Beyond Good and Evil 2 were being worked on and the projects are going super well. Now, whilst this may seem all noble to dip from work to focus on wildlife, some interesting reports came out shortly after. French paper Libération put a piece that detailed the very toxic workplace environment that Ansel had overseen. Those who worked under him had described his management style as disorganized, unhelpful, and abusive at times. Now, all this was coming in a year when Ubisoft had been subjected to a lot of sexual misconduct accusations and a general toxic workplace culture. This resulted in a number of high-level executives leaving the company. So whilst Ansel left on his own accord, it seems to me to be a massive coincidence that he chose to wash elephants somewhere a couple of months after top-level Ubisoft execs were being ousted for their terrible management. This was all back in 2020, so what's happened since then? Well, earlier this year, the studio director of Ubisoft Montpellier had been let go. Apologies for butchering his name, but Guillaume Carmona had been removed from his position within the company after spending 2 decades with Ubisoft. The studio had been under labour investigations from the local government authorities. This was due to a high number of developers going on sick leave and experiencing burnout. A Ubisoft spokesman revealed that, given the length of the development cycle with Beyond Good and Evil 2, the Montpellier development team is undergoing well-being assessments through a third party for preventative measures and to evaluate where additional support may be needed. And then last month, some very sad news from Ubisoft came out that Emile Morel, who took over as the creative director of Beyond Good and Evil 2, had passed away at just the age of 40. Since then, there haven't been any other major updates to the development of the game. There's no release date nor any new gameplay to show. Beyond Good and Evil 2 has taken the mantle as the poster child for gaming development hell and has absolutely run away with it. Who knows if we'll ever see this game get released anytime soon. Let me know down in the comments what you make of all of this. Are you still hyped for Beyond Good and Evil 2, or have you just given up ever playing this game? Don't forget to subscribe. Catch you in the next video. Peace.